this is something I think a lot of fantasy book recommenders are getting wrong. The easiest hook on these platforms is books I would recommend to new readers or people new to the fantasy genre. And I get that. I also want more people to read the fantasy genre so I can talk to more people about said fantasy genre. I was hanging out with friends last night and I convinced them to try reading fantasy, and now I have to give them some book recommendations. And I already got the two perfect ones for them. My problem with book recommenders and the recommendations they give, it's recommending their favorite books to new readers without taking into account the fact they're new readers. So let me explain what I mean by that. I'm never going to recommend to somebody to read anything longer than a trilogy, if that. There'll be standalones, there'll be duologies, there'll be trilogies, and that's where I will tell anybody to start. Because I'm not giving them an 8-book, 12-book, 15-book, 7-book series and say start here, enjoy, go to town on it. I'm not doing that. I like to take a little bit more care with my recommendations and the people that I'm recommending books to. So I recommended my friend 3 separate standalones just to get them into reading again. I want you to start a book, I want you to finish a book, and I want you to feel good about that. Then I want you to think, oh, what else is out there? I want to try reading a series now. Because they got to get used to how it drags. Okay, they gotta get used to how sometimes a series will drag. Okay, but a standalone book, pop, 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 things are happening. So I personally don't love recommending to like new readers. Like I'm not gonna recommend them Cradle right off the back. I'll be like, it's an amazing series, but it's 12 books. I'm personally usually not going to recommend DCC because it's 7 books and they're all as large as an encyclopedia. And I'm just not going to do that. You can, but I'm not going to do that. Anyways, those are just my 2 cents on it. But would love to know what you think.